So before I get into the video, I just want to show this part of me scrolling through the proof that I actually went one by one and placed everybody that was in this top 100 at this time in the list. Now, when I came to get the proof, three of the people that were in the second highest rank got knocked down. So if you see like three placements that are off, that is why. But they're not actually off because at the time of recording, everything was 100% right, but leaderboards are always changing. So 10 minutes later, three people got knocked out of the second highest rank. So yeah, just want to add that disclaimer in the video. What up, people? It's Nickopz here. And as you can see, I decided to make a list of all the current top 100 players at the time of recording this. And I just thought this would be a fun, interesting video to do because people are always talking about tiers and characters. And the thing about Mortal Kombat is there's not a stat sheet usually. Like with Tekken and Street Fighter, you could look up stats pretty easily. But in this game, you can't. So I decided to make the stats myself and do the research. And this is what I ended up getting. So the top 100 players in the world are currently playing these characters. And I kind of wanted to just go over it so you can get my like live reaction of each one and talk about, was it surprising to me and just comparing it to other things. So let's start off with somebody random. I already put like a tier list thing right here so I can put them to how many players are playing each. And I just wanted to go over this for fun because this is actually really interesting to me. So let's get the notable thing out of the way first. There were three characters that had 0 players in the top 100. And it kind of surprised me, honestly. Like, it was Shao, Peacemaker, and Raiden. So let's go ahead and put them at 0. And those actually, the Raiden one didn't surprise me. The Peacemaker one didn't surprise me, but the Shao one surprised me. People are always talking about Shao as like a sleeper top tier, but not based off of the people playing him. And again, I know there's going to be some people arguing, debating what this means. Honestly, I'm doing this for fun because you could debate if this means a lot multiple different ways, because if this was a tournament, this list would not look like this. If it was, a major event, the list would not look like this. I am completely aware of that, but this is just showing what it looks like online. And who was the other one we had here? We had, oh yeah, Raiden. So Raiden being that low did not surprise me. Raiden has fallen off a lot since the nerfs, but I feel like with everybody using Sector, he might come up some more. But yeah, that character being that low don't surprise me. Peacemaker being that low doesn't surprise me. And yeah, so now we got the bottom ones. Let's talk about the top one. Ghostface. Ghostface is at the top with 12 players. That one did not surprise me because he's a new character. He's brand new. A lot of people are playing him, figuring him out, having fun with him. Do I think he's good enough to warrant this spot? Maybe. I have a hard time judging this character. I know I made my first impressions video on him, but ever since that video, I actually think he's like at worst what I placed him in that video. In the video, I was like, he's like mid or higher mid tier, but now I think at worst he's mid tier. At absolute worst, he definitely has the potential to be a top tier character. I think he's very good and just kind of cheap when he gets going. So I'm not surprised to see him at the top DLC character. Now let's go back to the chart. Let's talk about some people that had. Which one I want to talk about? Oh, Havoc, of course. Havoc had 8 players, and let's go like Havoc. Where's Havoc at? Havoc had 8 players. That was not surprising. A lot of people consider this character in this current state the best in the game, so him having that many players was not surprising. Character's just dumb, cheap, and good, and one of the characters, the most requested nerfed character at this time. And another one I want to talk about, Sindel. Let me see where Sindel was at in the chart. Sindel, she was one of the big chunks, of course. I think she had around, yep, 7. So Sindel had 7 players. So where I'm gonna go ahead and put Sindel right there, of course. So yeah, Sindel being there doesn't surprise me at all. The character is just absolutely amazing. She can do pretty much anything she wants with Trimmer. All right, to make this easier, I decided I'm kind of going to go in order with the chart, at least a bit. So Baraka only had 1 player. Doesn't surprise me. Baraka is personally one of my most hated characters because I just hate the way he's meant to be played. And I'm happy he's at number 1. Don't ever want him buffed. Rest in peace. Another character that was at 1 was Reptile. Reptile, another one that doesn't surprise me. I feel like he's better than a lot of people give him credit for, but I can kind of see why he's not popular. You know, there's no outline and reason to play him unless you just think he's cool. Who had 3? Rain. Rain had 3. I think Rain, and let me go ahead and show the chart again here because I was trying to download the chart through the website, but then the website completely crashed, and I'm so happy I had a picture of it ready to go. So Rain at number 3, I'm not surprised, even though I think Rain is really good and I think he should have more players. He is intricate to play, so that's not very popular amongst a lot of players, more intricate characters. Another one that had 3 was Blee May. I was surprised that she had 3. This is a pick I wouldn't have been surprised if she was at 0. I think she's a very bad character and just absolutely no reason to play her at all. So the fact that she has 3 is really surprising to me. Okay, Takeda. Takeda had 1 player. So yeah, y'all know how I feel about Takeda. I'm not even gonna go on about that. Just watch the Takeda video on my channel. Ermac. Ermac at 2 is definitely surprising. A lot of people have like high praises of this character, and the fact that this character is not at least above 5 is genuinely surprising to me. But again, he's a harder to play character, so if more people aren't playing him because of that, that doesn't surprise me. Cyrax. Cyrax last season was one of my main characters. Don't know if I'm going to continue playing this character because of the nerfs, but I do think this is a good spot for her. I think a lot of people wrongfully placed the character way too high when she was doing really good. It's just, still to this day, I'm going to keep it real with y'all with Cyrax. I like the character. I think she's cool, but I genuinely do not have fun playing her anymore because people do not know how to fight her. Like, it's actually really bad. And people just let you get away with way too much stuff with her. So at the end of the day, I can't determine how good she is because there's so many people that just don't know how to fight her. So again, this character being 3 doesn't surprise me. So what's another one? Okay, we got Quan Chi. Quan Chi was at 2. Doesn't surprise me. I think if he was better, he would definitely be more played because a lot of people like his design and everything, but I'm happy that he's not up there. He's just another filthy zoner in my eyes. And this is one that really surprised me. Omni-Man. Omni-Man was like flooded like amongst that top 40-ish. Omni-Man was all up there. And I was so surprised because the thing about Omni-Man is most players know that against most players, like most casual players, amongst a lot of just regular players, Omni-Man is a nightmare to them, kind of like Smoke. But against good players, it's really hard for Omni-Man to open a good player up. So to see this character having 5 players really surprised me because 5 players at this level, because this character does not get it done against a really good person. Like a really good person blocks Omni-Man very well, but most players don't. So yeah, that's one that really surprised me. That's why, again, I said at the beginning, you can debate what you want because again, with these lists, again, this is for fun for me. You know, I know this would be different again if this was a tournament video, and I want to do one now at the beginning, like early on this in the season, and I want to do one when it's ended as well, if that's something that y'all would like to see. But yeah, Omni-Man was probably one of the most surprising ones to me. All right, and this was another one. Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero having 5 players. That was very interesting to me. It was very interesting to me. That's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say is every time I make a video on Sub-Zero, all the Sub-Zero players get in there and they start saying this and that and the other. And the main thing I say is, yes, I agree with y'all. I agree with y'all that Sub-Zero is a very bad base character, but not with Chameleon. With Chameleon, he is good. You cannot get around that. Like 4 of the players were using Chameleon with him, and there was like 1 person with Serena. So that's all I'm gonna say. If those Sub-Zero players can do it, you can too. That's all I'm gonna say. So, and that's another thing about this. This shows that, I mean, unless you play these 3 right here, it shows the possibilities are what you make of it. Like, you can do it if you want to. If you grind hard enough, if you play, grind, you can get there with pretty much almost any character you want, I guess, besides these 3. So, let's keep going. Sector, again. Ooh, Sector being at 1. Shut up. Everybody, shut up. I remember they were on my head about the Sector video. Sector's at 1. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all were on my head about that Sector video. Okay, Reiko. Reiko being at 4. Typical. I think that's a typical pick. All right. Ashura. Ashura was at 2. Power crept. Like I keep saying about this character, she was really good at the beginning, but she got power crept very hard. And the quality of life changes were nice, but character's just alright. Like, she's good, but she's alright. Alright. Now, Shang. Shang being at 2 is kind of surprising to me. Well, no. I don't want to say too surprising because a lot of people are liking his buffs. I think the buffs might have helped him out some because it lets people just do that backwards low flip a lot. But again, this is one of those characters I can't talk about personally. He's barely played. I don't think I've ever played him once. And yeah, he's just not a popular character. Now, Homelander. Homelander before was like around here or here. But with the nerfs, he went to 4. And I think it's only going to get lower, honestly. Try to tell people that the Homelander changes actually meant a lot. They could have literally took anything but that low, and I think it would have been a justified nerf, but they took an essential part of his kit, so of course he was going to fall off some. And yeah, 4 is still not that bad. You know, at least he's not at like right here or here. But yep, went down to 4, which is a big drop for where he was at. And Katana being at 2 doesn't surprise me. She's a character that, again, a lot of people just act like she's so busted, broken, but Katana's fair. Even if she is top tier in your eyes, she's a fair top tier. That's just what I think about her. Okay, Garrus. So then got Garrus, and then Garrus having 2 surprised me. Because the thing about it is the 2 people that were using him were both using him with Mataro. And Mataro, in case you didn't know, Garrus recently got buffed to where he can combo with his meter burn command grab, but he can't do that with Mataro. So the fact that he got buffs and 2 of the players using him at this level were not using any of, the buffs from it, it looks like. Well, the main buff, big buff, that surprised me that he's here. Kung Lao was at 5 players. This one surprised me. I was beginning to think that Kung Lao was done with the most recent patch, but seeing what people are doing with him with Sector it changes things. I don't know where he's at. Before, if you would have asked me like a week or 2 ago, I would have said he's one of the worst. But now, I don't know. I really don't know. But That one surprised me. Okay, what we got after that? And let me keep refreshing y'all with the list so y'all can see. I got it on my side monitor. That's how I'm following it. All right. Then we have y'all never gonna let me hear the end of this one. Look, like I said, if it was a tournament, it'd be different. Y'all are not gonna let me hear the end of this one. Where is he at? Where is he at? Oh, this is disgusting. It was crazy because when I looked at the beginning of the season, there was like 4 of them. But y'all never gonna let me hear the end of this one. Johnny is at 2 players. Look, like I said, y'all, this was a tournament. I know this would be different. Johnny is stupid. I think he's still potentially the best character in the game. Him or Havoc. But him being at 2, I don't care. I don't want to hear it. This character was flooded. They probably just got bored and started playing other people. I don't care. But I definitely don't think he's still going to be at 2 by the end of it. When the ghost face come down, this is the one where, no. I don't want to hear it, y'all. I don't want to hear it. But again, this list is for fun. This is genuinely, I'm genuinely having fun going over this. Okay, we got number 2, Melina. That's very low for her. I think Melina is very good. I would say she's a sleeper, honestly, and her only being at 2 players is kind of low. Or am I looking at that right? Yeah, that's Melina at 2. All right, Lou at 1. I don't understand that one at all. We need these Ghostface players to come down some, because Lou being at 1 is absolutely insanity to me, and because this character is stupid. Another sleeper. I think Lou is probably the biggest sleeper pick in this game, which is crazy to even say that because he's so obviously good. I already got Ghostface out of the way because Ghostface was up in the chart. So now I got Scorpion at 4. That one surprises me. The way people talk about this character, they talk about Scorpion like he's the devil. And him being at 4 is kind of surprising. I thought I would see him like right here or here. No, more like here or here. With how much people complain about him. But like I keep saying about Scorpion, Scorpion is a terrible character base, but with Farrah, he's good. I still do think that. With Farrah, he's just cracked. But base Scorpion, when that Farrah is gone, he's not that good of a character. And people can argue that until they're blue in the face. Like, it's been proven like time and time again. He wasn't doing anything in this game before Farrah. And I know he got like the back 3 buff at the same time. But still, I think even with that back 3 buff, he wouldn't have been doing anything without Farrah. So he was at 4 from right there. All right, now we got Natara. Natara was at 3. Not surprised. She is a cracked character, but she's kind of a niche pick. Noob at 4. Noob at 4, it seems about right. Noob is a really good character. So it's seeming like the people that, when it gets around 4, that seems like when you can really argue how good the character is. That's what it seems like it's getting at. Noob is very good. He's the character that Sonic has been playing a lot, so I am surprised he's not more popular because a lot of people like to play who Sonic plays. But, yep, I think this is a good, understandable spot right now for him. All right, Havoc. I already talked about Havoc. Havoc's at 8. And then we have Smoke. Smoke being at 4. I would have said it surprised me before, but with the buffs, I don't know now. Because this character, I think he is good. I think he is potentially good now with Striker. Before pre-patch, no. But he might have some potential with Striker. If you watch Just Nasty, shout out Best Smoke, he's been cooking it up with Striker, and I think that seeing what he could do with Striker might make me start actually believing in Smoke. So him being at 4, that's a good spot. That's a good spot, especially since the buffs. And last one, we got Tanya here. Where was Tanya at? Tanya had 1 player. Not surprised with the nerfs. There wasn't enough buffs to justify her nerfs, so I'm not surprised she's at 1 player. And I don't think she's trash or anything. I just think there's no reason to play her. She's lame. And Kenshi. Kenshi was at 4. So yeah, 4 is seeming like 4 and 2 were the most popular. So now let's go ahead and get rid of these right here. Now that everyone is placed. And there you go. So this is your top 100 players list. And my final thoughts about this. Let me go over it right now. Yeah, this, again, the main surprising things to me are the number 5. Number 5 is the most surprising tier to me. You know, these are characters that a lot of people would deem lower. So them being right here was very surprising. Because the fact that 4 isn't above 5 is insane to me. And this is just, again, just going to show, lists are subjective all the time. When you actually bring data in there, there's so much nuance that could change everything. You know, Sector or Serena or Frost could get a buff next patch. And this list at this same time, if we were in an alternate reality, this list at the same time could be completely different just because of cameos. But let me know what you think about this list right here. This was actually really fun for me to do. I actually genuinely have fun going over this. Like, this is more fun than a tier list because these placements, yeah, they're actually surprising to me. Like, I would say 50-50. But let me know what you think about these placements. I think that every character, it shows that, again, like I said in the middle of the video, if you aspire to just grind it out with the character you like, these people have shown that you could do it no matter pretty much who it is, besides these 3, I guess. So let me know what you think about this data. The way I think about it, again, this was just a fun video for me. I would say it's 50-50 surprising to me. You know, more like 30% surprising to me. But I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And check out the membership button. The highest tier can get me to talk about any video once a month if you sign up for that tier. Again, I hope you all enjoy it. And Nickopz out.